Welcome back to Bull Sessions here on 680 KFEQ. Here's your hosts, Randy Baker and agronomist Brad Law.
Okay, we are back with more Bull Sessions, and we're talking milk today.
Milk and cheese and all sorts
Curds.
of good, yummy stuff.
We are, all of that. First, we're going to be back with Leroy, but we're going to highlight our lady in ag today. Bradley, guess who it is? I think you know her.
Is it Dr. Seuss?
No.
It's not?
It's not. It's a lady.
It's a lady. Okay.
I'm going to just do it.
Okay.
You sit over there and be still.
Okay, I will.
Okay. This is a special person. Her name is Annette Brown. She comes to us from the Pattonsburg area. Annette is a retired school teacher and counselor.
You might need her services.
Counseling?
Randy. Yes.
Well, she could do it.
Yeah, she probably could get you straight. I think she's a pretty good truck driver, too.
She is. I'm going to talk about that here in just a minute. She said she helps run the Subway Deli in King City and in Gallatin, Missouri. I kind of think she's a part owner, but she's very humble. Mm-hmm. She, like a lot of farm wives, she shuttles seed back and forth to the field. You know that. She comes up and gets that seed from us all the time.
Always a pleasure when we see her pull up.
It is. She's a wonderful lady. She takes dinner to the field, parts runner. She helps move equipment from field to field like so many do.
Mm-hmm. Well, it makes things go so much smoother when you got a little bit of help.
She also told me she's the bill payer. Something about husbands on the farm run up bills. I don't know much about that.
So she signs the checks and keeps track of everything and does all that paperwork that the guys don't want to do.
A lot of farmers have a problem with that.
Yeah.
They don't really, that's not their deal.
They like to go get their hands greasy or dirty or...
They do. They do. And we love and appreciate our farm wives. They don't get near the credit that they deserve. And we want to start doing something about that as well, Bradley.
Yes.
Annette, she's a wonderful Christian lady. She told me this. She is what's called a Stephen minister. And I asked, what is that? I'm not sure. But she counsels folks who are going through crisis, and there's all kinds of them out there nowadays, a job loss, divorce, death, medical,
midlife
nursing
crisis.
homes. No, I don't think she does midlife crisis, Bradley.
So we'd have to find you a different counselor.
I'm not going through any crisis, thank God. Only the one dealing with you.
Oh.
She's a member of a club called PEO, and she couldn't tell me what that stands for, and that's okay. But it's a group, and they support 4-year college degrees to a place called Cotty College.
Cool.
It's an educational sorority that supports women in education, and they also give scholarships out to the Pattonsburg and Winston High School area.
That is neat.
She does a little bit of all of it. I mean, she's awesome. She's wonderful. We love her. We want to God bless Annette Brown and that honorary husband of hers, David.
Yes.
Yeah, he's pretty special too. We'll talk about him someday.
All right.
So
maybe you have a woman in ag or lady in ag that you would like to have a spotlight. If you do, give us an email at bull@willcross.net and I will get it responded to before Randy deletes it. And or you can just come in and see us up at the Seed House. You can give us a holler on the phone. That's that 660-535-444. Or check us out on the Facebook page at Will Cross Bull Sessions. And send us a message, and we'll get back to you. And just, we love our farm wives. We love women doing stuff in ag. And if you want to give them a few minutes of shout-out on the radio, just give us a holler.
You betcha. And one more thing about Annette.
Yep.
She told me she's trying to keep up. She has 2 twin grandsons. Woo. They're about 5 weeks old now, plus 3 other grandsons. There's no girls.
Well, I can relate to the no girls thing.
These ornery boys,
boys,
I'm sure, are going to be coming up through the ranks. So
right.
You're awesome, Annette. Thank you. And now we're going to get back to someone else who is pretty awesome, Leroy Shatto from the Shatto Dairy out at What is that address over there?
It's actually Osborne.
Osborne. Okay. I didn't know if that was Pattonsburg or Osborne, but okay, we got that. So what else, Larry? Or Leroy, I know you've got, I've been over there at the store at the farm. There's jellies and stuff in there. You've got, or used to, you had all kinds of.
Oh, yeah, there's all kind of stuff in there that Barb keeps coming up with. But
Barb Bean, yeah, I talked to her on the phone the other day.
Right.
Barb Shatto, you bet.
Well, what's your favorite, what's like when you get up or have a snack, what's your favorite product to eat from your dairy?
Oh, the chocolate milk's always been my favorite, and still is, but I don't drink near as much as I used to. It's kind of like the guy that makes his own candy. He quits eating candy. You know? But no, the chocolate's my favorite, you know, and we come up with all these other flavors. And, you know, I tell people when I started, I wanted to be the milkman that made milk fun. Mm-hmm. And I think somewhat we've done that with all these flavors that we've come up with.
Well, and they were talking about a coffee-flavored milk and a strawberry milk. And
oh, yeah.
Cotton candy, Miles. Did you say there was something like that?
And then cookies and cream.
Oh, wow.
We got root beer milk, which has been #1 in the world twice at the World Dairy Expo.
Root beer milk.
It tastes like a root beer float, and people love it.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, and we did a vanilla milk for the Royals when they won the World Series, and we made it blue. And the bottle on the front said Splash.
Yeah.
For like Salvi, right?
Yeah.
And there was only like 8,000 of these bottles. And actually, people started getting mad at us because they couldn't find these. It was a special bottle. And it was like, Where's Waldo on Facebook trying to find these things. So, which makes it kind of fun. And we do that quite often. One year for our 10th anniversary, we did 5 different flavors through that year. Mm-hmm. In a special bottle. So as long as people don't get too mad at us, we'll keep playing with that.
Isn't that special?
Creativity is awesome.
It is. Are you the main thinker of all of these deals? Or
well, when we started, now we have so many tours, and that's another thing I'd like to touch on. You know, we have about 130 people a day come out to the farm to see what a cow looks like.
130 a day.
Yeah. Well, we have schools. We have, you know, and on Saturdays we have a lot of tall people and their family, which, you know, a lot of these, you know, we don't recognize this as much up in here in St. Joe, but Kansas City, you know, it used to be everybody had a grandpa or something that had a farm and they was kind of in touch with agriculture.
You bet.
There's people down to Kansas City that thinks this milk comes from a spigot in the back of Hy-Vee. I mean, they have no idea where this stuff comes from.
Isn't that crazy? Even at Kansas City, and that kind of surprises me but they've gotten so urban, I guess, and they don't have a clue, do they?
That's true. That's true. So when they come out to the farm, we show them how we milk cows. Mm-hmm. We let them milk a cow if they want to and pet the baby calves. We show them how we process that milk, and then we let them taste the milk and tell them a little history about the place. So, you know, it's
well, you're educating these non-farm people, which is
I mean,
highly important.
We show them what it's all about, and they can even smell what it's all about when they come to the farm, right? So,
they turn their nose up a little.
Well, once in a while, yeah.
Yeah. What do they like the best? I bet the little ones, those baby calves.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That'd be a big draw probably.
Oh yeah.
Well, how many gallons of milk does a cow produce in a day?
Well, we have some cows that are giving 16 gallons of milk a day.
Woo!
You know, and those are cows that are recent fresh. You know, and of course, you know, the better you feed them, the better you take care of them, the more milk you're going to get out of them. And like I say, it's all about taking care of the girls, and that's what it's all about. We got to keep them clean. We got to feed them, keep feed in front of them all the time. And we milk those cows like 3 times a day.
Really?
All the rest of them we milk twice a day. But, you know, later in their lactation, they drop off in milk, and no matter how much you feed or whatever, they're going to taper off after you get them bred, and then they calve again, right? So. Mm-hmm.
What about all these calves, all the bulls?
Well, we've actually started. Getting to where we are. We've had to buy a lot of heifers, and we've been using a lot of sex semen.
Oh, yeah?
And now this will probably be the first year where we will be able to sell heifers instead of buy heifers. Oh. So that's a good deal. That's a good deal.
Really? I didn't know that you could do that.
Oh, yeah. This, it's getting to be
so you can
technology.
get it where you get all heifers.
Yeah. Of course, it costs a little more, but bull calves aren't worth much today.
Yeah.
No.
Well, what is the average age of a cow like that's on the farm?
Oh, I'd say probably 6 years old.
6 years old.
Yeah.
Is that when they're at their prime?
Yeah. At their prime, probably 3 to 4.
Okay.
It depends on, the breeds today, and that's what we're breeding for is, this time 2 years ago, we had to have 400 cows to get as much milk as we're getting out of 360 today. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the better you breed, the better you pick out bulls to make these cows better. I'm hoping we get down to 150 cows instead of 360, right?
Yeah.
So,
and produce that same amount of milk.
Exactly.
Or more.
That's where you make your profit, right?
Oh, yeah, sure.
So,
less mouths to feed.
Well, it's just like you guys and your beans. The more bushels you get off of 1 acre, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's all about producing more with less, I guess, anymore, isn't it?
Exactly.
Randy, are you hitting buttons and everything?
Well, I was. I had to step on push a button.
I said you were awesome, and you kind of blew it.
I did.
So
I'm still in shock over that. But, we're going to talk about here in a minute. I focus on the farmer. More with Leroy. What do you think, Leroy, Bradley?
I like him.
Are you going to start milking cows?
No.
We got to go when we come back to 680 KFEQ.